I think, and that's a little bit of a concern I have, not so much with my company, because I think this is very well understood by the management at all levels. But I think that there may be this temptation from many other organizations to save costs looking at the innovation units and at innovation projects and all of that. And I think that's a mistake, because that's going to throw a lot of expertise out of the window. Of course, some other people will get that expertise if people start shutting down their own programs. But I think that's almost a human reaction to to maybe a few months, maybe a few years, I don't know. Yeah. One does. That's going to be that are going to be tough, economically speaking. I do believe that these unfortunate events are showing us that we can do a lot if we really believe we need to do it. And that's perhaps the most positive message that we can take out of this. We are, again, going back to that collective action wording. It's not coordinated, but at least it's everyone realizing that they have to do something to solve the problem. The demonstration of the power of this action, I think, is quite revealing, and I think it shows people that you cannot expect that the problems will solve by themselves. Everything is changing around you, so you should learn. You should adapt. You should make those. When we are talking about innovation, we are fundamentally talking about bets. And I believe that if after this crisis people don't understand that in order to survive they need to bet on a few solutions, then they have learned nothing.
Mafalda, you want to go next? Just to change the order here.
I can, yeah. Well, I'm BetaE is a big defender of open innovation programs. So yes, of course, we will always say yes to more, because we know that they work, and we know that we know the kind of benefits that they bring to the ecosystem, and I mean corporates and startups. So not just thinking about ones or the others. So in times of crisis, and just taking on what I've said before about what innovation is and can mean for businesses, I think that yes, and I think there's still in some markets and in some sectors and in some companies this big fear of investing in the wrong horses, like Luís was saying. People need to understand that they have to bet, and I think that they don't realize that open innovation programs, obviously, if done properly and adequately and cautiously, they can be very positive, and they can help in terms of crisis to do the things I've said before: reduce costs, be more efficient, find new sources of revenues, find new products to sell, new services to give to the customers, new ways of relating to the customers, and so on. So I think that they are critical, and I'm all for collaboration. So I always also believe that after what we've been through, that's the way to go. I think that we've seen this in many crises before, that collaboration happens. We've seen that engagement of the startups and the growth of startups after a crisis happens. We've seen that 10 years ago. I think we can see that again now, not for the best reasons, because people will need to build new businesses, and those new businesses will need to be supported by corporates, by big corporates, because they will also need them. So I think it's a win-win situation for us. It's what I believe in.